Alright, let's continue, and we should find a delta and which is less or equal to 0 to ensure that all z satisfy this equation. And in this function, the b equals this one, and the a equals this one, and the c equals this part, so that the b squared minus 4 times of ac is this one. We can rewrite it into this one, and it's less or equal to 0, so that this part is small or equal with the product of these two parts, which is what we write it here. And for this one, and we should here we apply a theory in the Pinay's textbook, which is this one equals the product of these two parts, and in and for this theory, and we can also prove it briefly. That is this a signal goes through a linear time-inverse system, so that we can assume that the y of t equals the convolution of these two parts, which is according to the definition, and we will have this is x, then and this is h. Then we have this one according to the definition of the convolution, and so that we can multiply xt plus tau on both sides of this equation, and then we take the mean on the both sides of the equation, so that we can get this one. And we know that the left hand side is the joint linear autocorrelation of rxy tau, and for the right hand side part, we can know that this part equals the autocorrelation of tau plus a, because the difference of these two parts equals tau plus a, so that we can have and this is a convolution form, and we can change it into this one, so that these two parts are equal. And the same, we can prove that this part equals this part. The the method is the same, and the difference is that in the proof of this equation, we multiply x of t plus tau on both sides, but this time we will multiply y of t plus tau on both sides, and then we can get this equation. And this is a convolution, and we can take the F transform on both sides of the equation. For this part, the F transform we can get this one, and this part the F transform, and this the symbol of convolution become the product, so that we can get this one. And it's the same that we do the F transform on both sides, and for this part the transform result is, and the left hand side, this part is equals with this one multiply, so that according to these two equations, we can know that this part should equals with this one. And so, because according to the message, we know that the density of the noise should be unit, so that this part should equals with this one, and then we can rewrite this part into this one, so the max of SNR should equals this part. And according to the Squash inequality, this extreme can be reached if and only if one h of omega equals with this part, which means that in this equation, the gx should equals with fx, which and so that we take the inverse F transform on both sides, so that h of t should equals with this part, and so that this is the best receiver. And for the diagram, when t0 equals capital T, and we can rewrite this into this one, and the diagram should be like this. And when t0 equals half of the capital T, when t0 equals 2 times of capital T, and we can plot the diagram like this and like this.